All right, everyone, welcome. Today, we are diving into a fantastic engineering blog post from the team at Zerodha. Now, if you don't know, they're one of India's largest stockbrokers, and we're about to find out how a company that handles billions of transactions keeps the lights on day in and day out. So this entire explainer is based on an article they published, and it is a total masterclass in building a monitoring system that can handle just insane scale. Their whole solution is built around a tool called Prometheus, and we are going to break it all down. Let's get right into it.
First, you got to understand the scale we're dealing with, because these numbers are just mind-boggling. Zerodha handles about 15% of India's entire daily retail trading volume. We're talking about billions, with a B, of requests hitting their systems. That is the kind of pressure cooker environment we're looking at.
Okay, now let's add a layer of difficulty to this puzzle. Their infrastructure isn't just one thing. It's what we call a hybrid setup. That means they've got their own physical, bare metal servers humming away in data centers, right alongside virtual servers spinning in the cloud on AWS. Trying to get a single, clear view of all that, well, it's a massive challenge. So how on earth did they pull it off?
We're going to walk through their journey problem by problem. We'll start with the tool they chose as their foundation, then we'll get into the chaos of Kubernetes, see how they automated the whole thing, and finally, we'll look at the complete picture.
Right, first up, laying the foundation. Every great system needs a solid core. After looking at a few different options, some older tools like Nagios, some different tools like ELK, they decided to bet on a powerhouse open source project called Prometheus. So, what is Prometheus all about? Well, at its core, it's about one thing: time series metrics. The easiest way to picture this is to imagine tracking one specific value, say your server's CPU usage, over time, second by second. Each of those measurements is a data point, and it gets tagged with labels. Think of labels like tags on a social media post. They give you context, like which server, which application, and which data center it came from. Now, this is a super important concept to get your head around. Prometheus uses a pull model. So instead of having every single one of your applications constantly shouting its status at a central server, Prometheus takes control. It decides when to go out and pull, or as they call it, scrape, the data from each system. This is a game changer because it means your monitoring system isn't easily overwhelmed and has full control over the data collection process. And this is where the real magic happens: PromQL. It's the query language that lets you ask incredibly detailed questions of your data. Let's just walk through this example. You start with the raw metric, HTTP_requests total. Then you wrap it in a rate function to find the per-second average over the last 5 minutes. And finally, you use sum by status to group those results by whether the request was successful or if it failed. In one single line, you're asking, what was our request rate broken down by every single HTTP status code over the last 5 minutes? That is seriously powerful. Okay, but wait a second. Before Prometheus can pull any metrics, it has to know where your servers are. And in Zerodha's hybrid world, this wasn't one problem. It was two totally different problems. You have the wild, ever-changing world of the cloud and the calm, stable world of their physical data centers. For their AWS cloud servers, where things are dynamic, they use a feature called EC2 Service Discovery. Now look at the code here, specifically the relabel configs part. This is the clever bit. They're telling Prometheus, hey, go look at all our servers, but I only want you to monitor the ones that have a specific tag, monitoring enabled. Just think about that. An engineer can launch a brand new server, add that one little tag, and walk away. Prometheus just finds it and starts monitoring automatically. That is beautiful automation. And for their bare metal servers, well, the solution is way, way simpler. Because those machines have static fixed addresses that don't change, they just use a static config. It's literally just a list of server addresses. No need for anything fancy. It's a perfect example of using the right tool for the job. All right, so they've got their cloud and bare metal servers monitored. Problem solved, right? Well, not quite, because then came Kubernetes. And, Kubernetes changes everything. So here's the fundamental question. How do you monitor something that's designed to be temporary? In Kubernetes, your apps run in these little things called pods, and they are totally ephemeral. They can pop into existence, do their job, and vanish in seconds. Trying to track them is like trying to catch fireflies in a jar. And this new world brought two massive headaches. First, the amount of data just exploded. It was a tsunami of metrics. And second, storing all that data on the local disk of a Kubernetes node is a terrible idea. If that machine fails, all your precious monitoring data just, poof, it's gone forever. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The official Prometheus documentation basically has a giant warning sign that says, do not rely on this for anything important. It's not replicated, it's not durable. So the writing was on the wall. They absolutely had to have a robust, remote storage solution. They looked at two of the big players in this space, Thanos and Victoria Metrics. Now, Thanos is kind of the industry standard. It's incredibly powerful, but it's also incredibly complex with a ton of moving parts. Victoria Metrics, on the other hand, is a newer player that's way simpler. It's just a single binary. For Zerodha, choosing simplicity meant less time fighting their tools and more time building their product. It was the pragmatic choice.
And did that pragmatic choice pay off? Oh, yeah. Their Victoria Metrics cluster now holds an absolutely mind-melting 56 billion data points, and it's swallowing tens of thousands of new metrics every single second without breaking a sweat. Now that's scale.
Okay, storage problem solved. But now you have another monster to tame, complexity. How do you actually manage this massive system across multiple clusters without losing your mind? The answer is a brilliant piece of engineering called the Prometheus operator. Think of an operator as a robot expert that you install inside Kubernetes. You just tell it what you want in a simple file, like you see here. You say, I want 3 replicas, and send all the data to this remote URL. The operator then handles all the complicated, messy work of making that a reality. It's a total game changer. But what about managing this for different clusters, like dev, staging, and prod? For that, they use a tool called Customize. It's like a set of stencils. You have a base template for your configuration, and then you apply small customizations on top for each environment. For instance, they add a unique 0 cluster label to all the metrics from a specific cluster. This is so important because when an alert goes off at 3 a.m., you know exactly which cluster is on fire. So let's pull the camera back now and look at how all these amazing pieces come together. Because collecting data is one thing, but making it useful and actionable for the team, that's the whole point.
Their alerting pipeline is just so smart. Every alert from every cluster gets sent to a central alert manager. Think of it as a bouncer at a club. Its job is to deduplicate the noise, group related problems together, and make sure only the important stuff gets through to the team. And the best part? All of their alert rules live in Git. This is a practice called GitOps, and it means every change to an alert is peer-reviewed and has an audit trail. It's professional, and it's safe.
And this isn't just about CPU and memory. This is where they took it to the next level. They built custom tools called exporters to pull in data that really matters to the business, things like metrics from their SQL databases or application performance data. This gives them true end-to-end visibility. So, to wrap it all up, let's do a quick recap of the entire elegant stack they've built. Here it is. Prometheus handles collection. Victoria Metrics gives them scalable long-term storage. The Prometheus operator and Customize team the management complexity. A central alert manager handles alerting intelligently. And finally, Grafana lets them visualize everything on beautiful dashboards. It's a modern, powerful, and most importantly, a really pragmatic stack. So there you have it, an incredible deep dive into how Zerodha mastered the world of metrics. But the blog post leaves us with a little cliffhanger. They mention that their logging system, their ELK stack, handles terabytes of data, which leaves us with one final, very juicy question. How in the world did they solve that equally massive but completely different engineering challenge?